G'day everyone. Trocker is an annoying boss fight because of all her ranged elemental water attacks, but especially for the Greatsword because the Greatsword has more of a tendency to rely on Brink guards and Counter-Strike gameplay. So for this fight, I've changed my build drastically from the normal Counter-Strike gameplay to more of a dodge-based build using Furious Swipe as our command invulnerability frame ability, and then Helmbreaker as our main damage combo using Onslaught to get quick limit break potent attacks, which does a huge amount of damage. And we still use Knight's Veil because its passive damage is just too good. Now in terms of elemental consumables, I'm using Lightning this fight, but you can kind of use Earth, Fire or Poison. They all work pretty well, and you can use your Enhancer at the start of the fight there. After dodging those initial 3 projectiles, you want to get an early Knight's Veil out to get that buff rolling straight away, and you can usually chain together a couple of charged swift attacks and mortal blows, but she interrupted me there with an early burst attack I wasn't ready for. The general game plan for this fight is to stay at range, dodge all these water projectiles, and then after a dodge, use a Helmbreaker into a charged potent attack. And that's pretty much where we do all our damage, and then you back up and do the same thing. You can usually do it for this one here too, but I was just a little far away, so I didn't get the chance to do it. Now when the boss gets her umbrella out like this and does the rainstorm, throw your concentrated lightning essences or whatever element you're using, because she just stands there. If you attack her, it interrupts her, but if you don't attack her and just throw those spheres, she'll just absorb all the ticks of those, and it does a lot of damage. Now if you look at her stamina bar, you'll see that it's slowly dipping down by itself. That's the lightning status effect that is now applied from the lightning damage I've been doing, which is just handy. It helps get those staggers and brutal attacks a little bit quicker. Always do a fully charged potent attack if you can with Limit Break before you actually use the brutal attack, and then after the brutal attack, you can try and do another combo, but she sometimes moves away like that. When the boss flies up for this combo here, just be ready to dodge spam back and forwards. Basically, that's all I did, and it seemed to work just fine. It was about 9 or 10 dodges usually, and the last one had a slight delay sometimes. But that's pretty much it. You get 2 rounds of that, which you can just do the same thing for. If you get nicked by one, no big deal, just keep spam dodging. And then the most important part is to be ready for the Counter-Strike at the end, so that we can get a good bit of damage, get some spirit back and all that good stuff, and reapply our Knight's Veil. And then we're just straight back into our normal game plan or strategy. We're just staying at range, dodging as much as we can, and when we see an opening, we're going to dodge into her, use Helmbreaker, and do a Limit Break Potent Strike. This one does come up underneath you, just be ready for that one. And then in a second here, we're going to see another one of the standard combos, so dodge in, Helmbreaker, fully charged Potent Strike. And as you can see, you get 3 ticks of the Knight's Veil passive when you're charging up the Limit Break, which in itself is like 4.5k damage or something, so it's really quite strong. Another brutal attack here. I wasn't ready for a full charge potent, but you get out at least a mortal blow or 2. If you've got plenty of them, keep using those concentrated essence consumables. They do quite a lot of damage. While you're dancing around at range, just throw 1 or 2 in. Can't hurt, and it does a pretty moderate amount of damage, to be honest. And again, we're just dancing at range here, just dodging everything that we can. Try not to miss your counter strikes like I just did for those burst attacks. They do yield us quite a lot of damage. When she goes up for this phase at the start, you do have a moment. You can use health potions, you can use vitality spheres, which is what I was doing there. You can also reapply enhancers if you have them, but I'd actually run out by this point. You do have a moment, and again, halfway you can heal up again if you did take any hits. And again, we're ready for the counter strike when she comes down at the end, after the big, like lots of arrows like that one there, and then ready for a counter strike. It's just easy free damage and a good chance to either use your Knight's Veil again or a swift attack mortal blow chain. If you've got plenty of spirit charges, don't be afraid to use Furious Strikes for these combos where she shoots you with range. They are surprisingly hard to dodge actually, or at least I found it. I haven't done a lot of dodging yet, so and yet Furious Swipe has a slightly bigger iframe, so it can be an easier way to dodge them and get a little bit of damage out. And that's it. Alright, we'll quickly go through now the build and the skills for those interested. So for the gear first, I'm using the 6-piece Ashen Wolf set, mostly just because you can get the whole set at unique rarity right before this boss. If you go back down the elevator and jump off halfway, you'll find a chest that has all 5 pieces in it. So then you just craft the sword and you're good to go. The set itself is decent. It gives 15% potent blow damage from the 6-piece, which is really good for this build, and the rest is a mix of defensiveness and stamina management. Importantly, it also frees up our accessories, which for those 2, we're going to take the 2 sealed water accessories that you get during the map before this boss to increase your water resistance. A stronger but less defensive alternative is to use the Bishop 3-piece for your weapon and 2 accessories, giving you stamina damage on Brink Dodge and 15% damage after a Furious Swipe. Then for armor, you want to take the 3-piece of the Knight set, giving you dodge stamina cost reduction and potent blow damage, 15% for 10 seconds, which is nice. And you can combine this with the 2 set from the Guardian for just 50 raw attack, or 2 set from the Fallen Lord for 10% charged attack, which is also very useful. and that'll be much stronger but less defensive than Ashen Wolf. And for consumables, as I mentioned, I'm taking Lightning Enhancer and Concentrated Essence, but you can swap them out for the other elements if you want. For skills, I'll just screenshot this and leave this here for any greatsword players that are interested. It's mostly the entire dodge tree because we're not doing guards at all, and then just any other bit of damage that we can get contributing to our charged attacks or limit breaks. In the commentary, I don't show it here, but in the commentary, take the whole Counter-Strike tree as well. And that's everything. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff if the guide helped you, or leave a comment to let me know how you went or any other good tips. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers.